What's going on, everyone? My name is Finn. I'm the social media content manager here, and today I want to talk about the airlift controller. In this video, I want to break down a couple of the different options, how to use it, how to access the menu settings, and how to set your presets. So let's hop in the car and talk some more. Let's go over the layout of the controller. First up, on the sides here, we have our up and down button for each individual corner. We have an all up and all down button. And we have 5 customizable preset buttons. Now, since you've just plugged in your system for the first time, you may notice that the preset buttons are not going to work. That's because we need to calibrate the system. How we're going to calibrate is press this top preset and the middle airlift button at the same time, like so. Now that we've accessed the menu, we're going to go down and click calibration. As you can see, we've already calibrated the system, but follow the directions on the screen and let it run through the steps. All right, we're all set up and calibrated, so let's move into changing your compressor settings. To do that, we're going to scroll down to Setup, Compressor, and the first thing that I'm going to recommend you go and set is your max pressure for your tank. Now, if your vehicle requires over 100 psi in the bags, we do recommend upping the tank pressure to 200 psi if your tank is rated for it. In our case, this 2021 Supra does require it, so we are going to go ahead and bump that up to 200 psi. And as you can see in the corner, it's updated and the tank will fill to 200 psi each time the compressors run. All right, now that we got the compressor setting out of the way, let's move into some of the fun settings that let you do all the cool things that Air Ride has to offer. A very common one that people ask about is Rise on Start. So we're going to go into Operation, click Rise on Start, and make sure that it's set to on. This means that when you turn your vehicle on, the car will air up to your ride height. All right, next up is the minimum driving height. If you're ever letting someone drive your vehicle, you can use this to set a minimum pressure that your vehicle can air out to while moving. Another important setting is if you are running 3H in your system, this is the spot in the operation menu under pressure height mode where you can swap from pressure-based readout to height-based readout. Now, before we show you presets, it's important to show you how to adjust your all up and all down button. We're gonna go into display. We're gonna move down to the all up button. We're gonna select it, and here's where you can change for this top button to either raise the entire vehicle up or just act as a front lift, or if you'd really like to customize it, you can set it as a preset. In our case, we like to use it as an all up button. Next up, we're going to do the same for the all down button. This is where you can choose to be an all down button, front down, a preset, or an air out button. All right, here in America, we measure pressure in bald eagles, but in the rest of the world, you might be measuring in bar. So to change that in your system, go under the display, units, and this is where you can switch from PSI to bar. All right, you've made it this far into the video, so give yourself a good old pat on the back, grab yourself a cookie, a glass of milk, whatever makes you happy, and let's talk about Airlift's presets. These are the most important parts of your Air Ride system, and it's very important to make sure that these are set correctly. Let's start with what we want to set for each button. This top preset button is going to be your highest ride pressure. Think of this like a speed bump button. The airlift button is going to be set as your basic ride height, not too high, not too low. And the low button is going to be set as your roller preset. Think of this as if you're going to go out and take photos. This is the lowest you want your car to look. You don't want to drive everywhere on it, but it looks pretty cool. What you're going to want to do is manually air the car to the desired height. So if we're going to our high ride height preset, we're going to want to manually air the car up to the highest you'd like to go. Then, once you've reached the desired pressures or height, press and hold the desired preset button. These are going to go green. What you can do from here is you can adjust while you're in here if you'd like to, or if everything looks good, just press and hold the preset button and it'll say saved. And that's it. Next, repeat the process with your low ride height and your regular ride height, and you're going to be all set and ready to rock. So that covers the basics of using your airlift controller. As always, if you have any other questions, leave them in the comments down below. And for all your air suspension needs, shop bagriders.com, your one-stop drop shop.